What's going on, guys? It's your boy Blxck Fox here, back again with another restoration video. In this video, we're going to be working on a pair of Air Jordan 2 Chicago's from 1994, I believe. It's the first retro to the Air Jordan 2s back from 1987. And this one is actually all leather compared to the 1987 original, which was synthetic leather. As you can see, the shoe overall has been through better days. The midsole is pretty much crumbling all around. Even on the bottom, you see the Nikes all crumbled up, ashy. The uppers is pretty good because it's not the synthetic leather as the OG, it's all leather. The plastic, however, is yellow. There's not much I can do about that to reverse that, unless if I get a new piece and sew it back on, but it's a lot of work. And I'm trying to make it as original as possible. Overall, these need a deep clean, a sole swap, and probably some touch-ups, depending on if there's any scuffs on the leather, but I won't really know until I go in and clean them. So let's get started. First, I'm gonna unlace them just so I can get better clean around the tongue. If you never clean sneakers without taking the shoelaces off, you'll see a huge difference compared to if you just keep them on, because behind the laces and on the laces there's dirt buildup that you wouldn't recognize until you take it off, which usually leaves that shoelace powering on the tongue, especially if it's on leather. If it's on suede, it can come off, but sometimes there's really not much you can do if it's something more than just dirt. If it's balding from friction between the shoelaces and the suede material itself. But outside of that, I would recommend taking the shoelaces off when cleaning. Before getting started, I'm gonna get rid of the crumbling midsole just to make way for the new midsole for the sole swap. I'm gonna just use my hands and a paint scraper to get majority of the midsole off. As you see, it's pretty much deteriorating, and the glue is, like I mentioned, is almost 30 years old, so it should be easy to take majority of it off. The rest I'll just have to take off with acetone and cotton balls. Now that majority of the midsoles have been removed, the next step I'm going to take is using acetone cotton balls to remove the old glue and whatever pieces in the midsoles I couldn't remove with my hands and the paint scraper. Now that the midsoles and soles have been completely removed, the next step is to clean off the uppers. I'll be using a rejuvenated shoe tree to reshape the uppers and get a better look of how dirty the shoes are. Mainly it just has midsole residue and 30 years worth of dirt, so I'll also be using rejuvenated products to clean off the uppers. Here's a little before and after. On the right side is the side that I cleaned with rejuvenator. On the left side, you see it still has all that dirt and grime. It's a huge difference. You see the tongue isn't as bad as on the left. I didn't show the sides. It's about the same. There is a little scuff and scratches that I'm gonna take care of later, but it's pretty much what happens when you don't clean your shoes for about 30 years. So yeah, let's just keep moving. The next step is removing the donor midsoles and soles. When it comes to Air Jordan 2, the donors, well, if you use Air Jordan 2 donors, majority of them, you would have to use the soles with the midsoles. It's a bit weird, mainly because around the soles, part of it is the midsole. I believe there's a few where that's not the case. I believe it's the ones from the 2000s. I can think of a few, like the Mellows and the Dornbecker Air Jordan 2s, but after that, it's pretty much the same. So you would have to use both the midsoles and the soles. The way I'm gonna go about it is taking out the insole, then applying acetone into the shoe. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then check on it to see if the uppers are removed from the midsoles. All you have to do is just press around the edges and it should come apart. You can also use a hair dryer to speed up the process, but majority of the time this should come apart. After removing the midsoles and soles, I'm gonna give the soles a bit of a clean, just to prep it to deoxidize the soles. They've been worn, so they're pre-owned. I'm trying to get close to factory new, and the best way to do it is to go by the deoxidation process. Next step is replacing the cushion that's in the ankle collar. As you can see, it's pretty much deteriorating from age, just like the midsoles. Not much we can do except replace it with foam, and it also has a crunchy sound, as you can see. Just listen. Oh, something for the ASMR fans out there. The next thing I'm gonna do is remove all that debris to make way for the new foam I'm gonna cut out after removing everything. I don't know if I should compare this to forbidden coffee cake or just clumped up cat litter. Just be aware that if you are doing something like this, it's going to be a mess, as you can see. Now that the ankle collar area has been cleaned out of that debris, I'm gonna just use the new foam by using the old foam to trace into the new foam, and then I'm gonna slip it into the collar area to replace the deteriorating foam. Now that we got the new foam cut out and in the shape of the ankle collar, now we're going to pretty much put in the foam. It's pretty easy. You can glue it to get a better fitment, but after we glue down the upper to the midsole, it should stay in place for how many wears that the shoe can handle. Ankle collars are nice and plush, no more of that crunching sound. I wouldn't say brand new, but pretty much there. I'm gonna deoxidize the donor soles by applying 40 bond cream and using a paintbrush to spray it out. Then I'm gonna use a saran wrap to prevent it from drying out, and then I'm gonna put it into my indoor setup. The donors are from 2016, while the uppers are from 1994, so it gives it about a 22-year difference. So the way the foam has been made changed over time. So I'm gonna have to sand down the foam of the midsole to get close to a factory fit for the uppers. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a Dremel, and at the same time I'm gonna use a zoom unit rather than the air unit for the midsoles, and then I'm gonna apply glue to it just like if it was an air unit. Now that we have a factory fitment, the next step I'm gonna take is applying bar cement super stick onto the uppers, midsoles, and the zoom unit. I'm gonna apply it around the edges of the uppers and on the interior of the midsoles and around on the zoom unit. Let it cure for about a few hours and then clamp everything together by reactivating the glue using a heat gun. So let's get to it. Everything is pretty much glued together. I'm gonna give it about 24 hours for applying a stress test. The next step is taking out all this sock lint around the ankle collar area. I'm gonna use a lint shaver and a lint roller. You can use clippers as well, but a lint shaver is gonna get the job done a lot quicker. Before painting the uppers, I have to prep the leather. I'm gonna use Acetone cotton balls to prep the leather. It's not bad, but I'm gonna just give it a few coats all around with white paint from Angelus. Now that the leather's been prepped, I'm gonna tape around the area that I don't want to get white paint on. And using paper towels as well, which will pretty much be the midsole, sole, the plastic area, and maybe the tongue area. Now that everything's been taped up, I'm gonna use an airbrush and a paintbrush to apply the Angelus white paint. For the airbrush, I just put a little water into it to thin it out, and then I'll use a paintbrush if I don't think the airbrush will work. Leather's been pretty much painted, and we're pretty much getting close to wrapping up this restoration. The only thing left now is to replace the varnish that was on the uppers and on the midsoles. What I'm gonna do is use grime matte finish to replace that varnish from the leather and the midsoles. After letting the varnish dry, only thing left is to lace up the shoes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you guys like content like this, make sure to subscribe. I upload restoration videos and customization videos. If you guys have anything to say about the video, or if you like the video, dislike the video, make sure to leave a comment. Did you grow up with the Air Jordan 2s around 1994? Or do you dislike Air Jordan 2s? I know there's a lot of hate Air Jordan 2s over the internet. But that aside, this is Blxck Fox, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.